People who get hit from the sides, and most crashes are angle collisions, you get hit from the side, you're spinning all over the car. Some people get ejected out the back of their car. Think about that. I got hit one time and the tape I was listening to ended up on the back dashboard. How does that happen? But if you have your seatbelt on, you stay behind the wheel. You're controlling your vehicle now, and you can get out of danger. I'd rather be thrown from the car. Okay. You are 25 times more likely to be killed if you're thrown out of a car. 25 times to be killed or seriously injured. People always come in here and say, just a second, don't do your seatbelt. My cousin was thrown out of his car, landed on a trampoline, and lived, okay? There are freak crashes where people survive getting thrown out of a car. Those are the ones you read about. Let me tell you something. When there's a freak crash, the media loves it. People love to talk about it. It's memorable. It's memorable. People, like a plane crash, hardly ever happens. Your chance of being in a plane crash is 1 out of 15 million. 1 in 15 million. You have a much better chance to be on The Tonight Show twice in a month than you do to be in a plane crash. But when it happens, if a plane would crash here tonight, even if nobody's injured or killed, it's on the top of the news. So you think it happens all the time. Cars crash all the time. All the time. Like I said, there's a crash every 5 seconds in this country. But you're not afraid to get in your car and drive away. You're afraid to fly the plane, though, because you think it's going to crash. You should be more afraid to drive your car. Same thing here. People get thrown out of their car, and they say, well, I'm going to tell everybody about it. I landed in a mattress factory, and I survived, man. Think about what really happens. And if you've ever seen the dummy films, you know what I'm talking about. In order for you to fly out of your car, the door has to fly open. So you fly out. The arms and legs get chopped off by the car itself. Your head's dragging along the asphalt, pounding on the asphalt. Other cars hit you. Last week somebody told me they heard of a case where a guy was thrown out of his car, hit a tree, and then his own car hit him up against the tree. So it's much worse to get thrown out of a car than to stay in that cocoon of metal right there tied to your good front seat. You know what's another one people always say? That is the same token. I might burn or drown in my car. Let me put this on the board. I might burn or drown in my car. That's another very rare thing. Every now and then it happens. Your chance of being involved in a crash where you're going to, you know how often this happens? Let me just tell you the bottom line. 0.04% of the time, somebody's in a car that catches fire or lands in some water someplace. It's not going to happen. In the first place, think about it. When you're driving over a bridge, you're extra careful. You don't want to fly off the bridge. There's restraining walls and rails to keep you from going off the bridge. It happens every now and then, and people love to talk about it. It happens in the movies all the time. You're watching a movie, a soap opera or whatever on TV, and a car's flying off, and they go, I love you too, and then the car blows up in midair. How would that happen in the first place? You're all smart people. Let me ask you this. If you're involved in a crash that is so bad that your car is going to blow up and catch fire, what kind of chance would you have anyway if you don't have a belt on? You're at least knocked out. With a belt, you're awake, you're alive, you're awake, and you can say to yourself, my car's smoking. Hey, now my car's aflame. Perhaps I should get out now. Maybe I'll leave a note. I can brace myself. I hear this so often, man. You cannot brace yourself. A 30-mile-per-hour crash is the same force of impact as falling off a 4-story building. Same force. It is the same force as holding up an elephant with one arm. You can't do it. Nurses come in sometimes in my class and say they see people with fractures in 2 or 3 places in their arm from doing this. You can't. Forget about it. That's our homework. In just a few moments, we're taking a field trip. We're going to go up to the 4th floor here of this building. There's a balcony. We're going to dive off the balcony and land on the sidewalk in a push-up position. See what happens.